Hi everyone, it is Naomi with H-PEP, and today I'm going to go over some of the examples for a behavior expectation matrix. This is one that we created for demonstrating our H-PEP agreements for our cohorts when we're together. So you can see the familiar layout with the values or the things that we want across the top with the settings to the side. So we have here, you can see in the pink column, the first thing that we really want you to do that we've been talking about many times is to take care of yourself. We also want you to look out for your friends and to engage mindfully and heartfully. What we did then is we outlined what that meant or what that looks like so we can be very specific in what we're looking for and what we're hoping for. So the context that we have here to the side are we want to see this in large groups, small groups, and in your work and home. I'm going to really quickly go over this and what we created, and hopefully it's a little clearer on how to create a behavior matrix if you have any questions. Hopefully this will clear some things up. What does take care of you look like? In a large group, we are hoping that you are creating a safe space for you and others. We hope that you are taking breaks as needed and do what's comfortable for you. We always talk about that. If you want to pass, please do so and find what is your comfort zone. We are trying to stretch you just a tiny bit, so be in the yellow zone, not in red zone where you're super uncomfortable or green zone where you're super chill, but right there in the learning zone. Do what's comfortable for you. And the next thing is to keep information that is helpful to you and leave the rest. Hopefully you're learning things that are helpful to you in your classroom and your home life. And if they're not helpful, we just ask you to leave them and not use them, or just put them in the back of your toolbox because you'll never be sure when you might need it. All right, so next thing is take care of you in small groups. What does that look like? It's meaning still doing what's comfortable for you, but also stretching out of your comfort zone. We talked a little bit about that earlier, being in that sort of yellow zone where you're learning and a little bit uncomfortable, but not so uncomfortable that you are shutting down. And also passing if you need to. That's what take care of you looks like in small groups. Take care of you looks like at work and home. It looks like caring for yourself. We have our self-care bingo, our focuses for the day. Give yourself permissions. I hope that you are still taking a look at those daily permissions and doing those for yourself. Using your VIA character strengths often. So many of you have taken the VIA character strengths test. If you haven't already, you can go back and do that. You'll have a short assessment, about 20 minutes or so, and it will give you a rank order of your character strengths. And once you have those, you can use them more often, and they find that it is related to many things in addition to well-being, less stress, increased levels of happiness. For example, if your top strength is appreciation of beauty, they suggest that you daily practice appreciation of that. So whether that be going for a walk and looking outside, or just while you're driving, taking time to enjoy the nice air that we have, or if you're drinking a glass of water, appreciating the beauty of being able to have water that's drinkable and fresh and tastes good here in Hawaii. Not everyone has that. So whatever your top 5 strengths are for your VIA character strengths, you can use them more often, and that is one way of taking care of you in your life. And the last thing we outline here is focusing on your vision statements regularly. We kind of started that. If you haven't started that, you can go back to that. So again, it's focusing on what you really want, what you're looking for, stated positively. On that note, please note that all these ways that we outlined what the values look like, they're positively stated as much as possible. So we don't say, instead of we say take breaks as needed instead of don't sit there if you're uncomfortable. You see the difference? Very slight, but it actually does make a big difference. And in each of these squares, we're showing you 3 to 5 ways of what that positively looks like. We're going to move to the next. Our next value is looking out for your friends. That looks like being respectful of and attentive to the person speaking. Remember, it can be difficult for others to hear if you are talking over others. It also looks like silencing your phones when we're together in large group settings, and kukua when needed. So if you see someone that might need a little bit of help, if they got confused, if they maybe had to step up for a break and they missed some things, please make sure to go back and help them catch up. Or if maybe someone, I don't know, maybe needs an extra pep talk, please help your friends and make sure that they have the support they need. The next one is to leave your space better than you found it. When we're together, a lot of times we're virtually meeting, but sometimes we're meeting together and there's physical things that we can do to help each other out. Like, you guys are so awesome in helping us put away the tables and chairs. Thank you so much. Things like that, making sure that we all work together and help each other out. And then looking out for your friends, same as the above, but in addition to honoring and including all voices, looking for spaces where you connect. There are many different personalities and experience in our cohort, and it's really important for us to make sure that everyone feels heard and valued, and making sure that we find a place where we are looking for things in common rather than focusing on our differences. Differences are really great. I'm not trying to say like that we're trying to discount those, but as much as possible to also be mindful of where we can connect in those spaces that we share together. The next thing is focusing on building relationships, growing strengths of others. So if you see somebody who is doing something that you really love, or maybe said something that really helped you, make sure to tell them that. Thank you. I really love that article you shared, or thank you so much for that positive comment. It really made my day. Looking out for your friends and working home means checking in with your partner and your team, and also sharing resources freely. So the community is there for you to do whatever suits your needs. So if you think that there's maybe a video that would be super funny, or an article that would be interesting, please go ahead and share that. And then the last one here, we have engage mindfully and heartfully, which you guys are doing an amazing job of being on the community. We so love reading your posts and your comments. Thank you so much. So it looks like be present with an open mind, engaging through your learning style, reflecting on content and how it can be applied in your life, listening intently and speaking kindly. That is what engaging mindfully and heartfully in large groups looks like. In small groups, it's all of these things and trying out all the activities. So just being open, some things might be a little easier for you than others. We just encourage you to try our best. Helping with each other's learning and showing appreciation when you feel it. And then at home, engaging mindfully and heartfully looks like getting your points by participating in calls to actions. You are all doing such an amazing job too at posting pictures and commenting on each other's things. I hope when the points are due that you're able to turn in the points, and we are keeping track. That's just a little bonus. Of course, the fun thing and the benefit does come from actually doing the activity. The points are just secondary. And then continuing reflection between events, and then using your journal that we gave you, or any other space to draw, dance, innovate, do some more acting, whatever your passion is. Engaging mindfully and heartfully with the content. Again, there are some things that are going to be jumping out at you more than others, and then some things that might not be so useful to you right now, but maybe just keep them in mind for later. This is an example of a PBIS behavior matrix in a team setting or a learning setting. So again, the values are across the top. You can have anywhere from 3 to 5 if you want to continue adding columns. And then the settings are on the left. You can have 3 to 5 again. And I will also post an example of our actual team matrix that we use for our own team that we came up with for another example. Anyway, that's all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions on creating behavior matrices, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.